In the busy streets of Seattle, where everyone runs after money and power, there lived a young woman named Emma Roberts. She was different from others. She worked at a small community shelter, feeding homeless people every day. Her salary was small, but her heart was big. Emma's friends always asked her, "Why don't you find a rich man? Why do you waste your time with poor people?" But Emma always smiled and said, "Money can't buy happiness. Real love comes from a pure heart." Little did she know, her life was about to change forever. This is a story about hidden identity, true love, and the biggest surprise of Emma's life. If you believe in destiny, keep watching. And don't forget to like this video. Then, ... Every morning, Emma came to the shelter at 6 a.m. She prepared food for almost 200 homeless people. Among them was a man named Michael. He wore old, torn clothes. His hair was messy, and his face was covered with dirt. But Emma noticed something different about Michael. His eyes. They were kind and full of wisdom. Unlike other homeless people, he always said, "Thank you," with a gentle smile. He helped other people, even though he had nothing. One cold winter morning, Emma was carrying heavy food boxes. Suddenly, she slipped on ice. The boxes fell everywhere. Emma hurt her knee and started crying, not because of pain, but because the food was wasted. Then Michael came running. He helped her stand up. He collected all the food carefully. He looked at Emma's knee and said softly, "You should go to the hospital. I will clean this mess." Emma was surprised. She asked, "Why are you so kind? You have nothing, but you still help others." Michael smiled and said, "When you have nothing, kindness is the only wealth you can share." From that day, Emma and Michael became friends. Every day, they talked for hours. Michael told stories about life, dreams, and hope. Emma felt something special. She felt happy when Michael was around. Have you ever felt a connection with someone you just met? Comment below. 3 months passed. Emma's feelings grew stronger. She didn't care that Michael was homeless. She saw his beautiful soul. She saw his kindness. She saw his intelligence. One day, Emma's mother came to visit the shelter. She saw Emma talking and laughing with Michael. Her mother was shocked. That evening, her mother shouted at her, "Emma, are you crazy? You're wasting your time with a homeless man? I raised you better than this. Tomorrow, you will meet David Richardson. He's a billionaire's son. He wants to marry you." Emma refused. She said, "Mom, I don't want a rich man. I want a good man. Michael is the kindest person I've ever met." Her mother was furious. She gave Emma an ultimatum. Either you meet David tomorrow, or you leave this house forever. Oh, that night, Emma couldn't sleep. The next morning, Emma went to the shelter early. Michael was waiting for her with a small flower, a simple daisy he found in the park. He said, "Emma, I know I have nothing. I live on the streets. I have no money, no house, no future. But I have one thing, my heart. And my heart belongs to you. I don't expect you to say yes. But I want you to know, you made my life beautiful. You gave me hope. You gave me a reason to smile again." Emma's eyes filled with tears. She held Michael's rough hands and said, "Yes, Michael. Yes, I will marry you. I don't need money. I need you." Would you choose love over money? Like this video, if you would. Emma decided to marry Michael. She left her mother's house. She rented a small apartment. But 2 days before the wedding, something strange happened. Emma was at the shelter, preparing food as usual. Suddenly, 3 black cars stopped outside. Men in expensive suits stepped out. Everyone at the shelter was confused. One man walked straight to Michael. He said loudly, "Mr. Alexander, your father is sick. You need to come home immediately." Emma froze. She whispered, "Mr. Alexander? Who is Mr. Alexander?" Michael stood up slowly. He looked at Emma with sad eyes. The man continued, "Mr. Michael Alexander, CEO of Alexander Industries. Sir, your father had a heart attack. The board members are waiting for you. Emma felt like the ground disappeared under her feet. She asked, Michael, what is he talking about? Who are you? Michael took a deep breath. He removed his old jacket. Underneath, his clothes were clean. He washed his face with water from the shelter. Suddenly, he looked completely different. Strong, handsome, confident. He said, Emma, my real name is Michael Alexander. I am the CEO of Alexander Industries. My company builds hospitals, schools, and shelters all over the country. I am a billionaire. Emma stepped back. She felt betrayed. She felt confused. She asked with tears in her eyes, Why? Why did you lie to me? Why did you pretend to be homeless? Michael's voice broke. He said, Emma, please listen. 2 years ago, my wife died in a car accident. After she died, I discovered the truth: she never loved me. She only loved my money. Everyone around me only wanted my wealth. I felt so alone. So I decided to leave everything. I wore old clothes and lived on the streets. I wanted to find someone who would love me for who I am, not for what I have. Then I met you. You gave me food when I was hungry. You talked to me when I was lonely. You loved me when I had nothing. You are the first person who saw my soul, not my bank account. I was going to tell you the truth after our wedding. I wanted to surprise you. But now, I understand if you hate me. I'm sorry, Emma. I'm so sorry. Emma stood there, silent. Her mind was full of questions. She felt angry. She felt confused. But deep inside, she also felt something else. She felt his pain. She remembered every moment with Michael. She remembered his kindness. She remembered his smile. She remembered how he helped others, even when he had nothing. She asked, Michael, answer me honestly. Did you ever lie about your feelings? Michael looked straight into her eyes. He said, Never. My love for you is the only truth in my life. Everything else was just clothes and circumstances. But my love, that was always real. Emma closed her eyes. She thought about her choice. Then she opened her eyes and said, Michael, I'm not angry because you're rich. I'm sad because you didn't trust me with the truth. Love without trust is like a house without a foundation. But I understand your pain. I understand why you did this. And I want you to know I still choose you. Not because you're a billionaire. Not because you're a CEO. I choose you because your heart is good. But from today, no more secrets, no more lies, only truth. Can you promise me that? Michael fell to his knees. Tears ran down his face. He said, I promise. No more secrets. I will be honest with you forever. This is beautiful. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this story. 3 weeks later, Emma and Michael got married. It was not a big wedding with hundreds of guests. It was a small ceremony at the shelter, the place where they met. Emma wore a simple white dress. Michael wore a plain suit. The homeless people from the shelter were their guests. They cheered and clapped when Emma and Michael kissed. After the wedding, Michael asked Emma, What do you want? A big house? Expensive jewelry? A trip around the world? Emma smiled and said, I want to build more shelters. I want to feed more hungry people. I want to help more people like you helped me by giving them hope. Michael hugged her tight. He said, This is why I love you. You have everything I don't, a pure heart. Today, Emma and Michael run 50 shelters across the country. They feed thousands of homeless people every day. Emma still works at the shelter every morning. Michael works with her, side by side. They live in a simple house, not a mansion. They drive a regular car, not a limousine. Because they learned the greatest lesson of life. True wealth is not in your bank account. True wealth is in your heart. If this story touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Share this with someone who needs to believe in true love. And remember, kindness is the most beautiful thing you can wear. See you in the next story.